This is Marc Sims again, just asking a few questions. Just a few questions. I have Lisa Eli on the phone from Los Angeles, California. Lisa, how you doing?
Hi, Mr. Mark. How are you doing? Long time no hear from.
You know what? I seen you on the social media for many, many, many years. I think I was on this one platform for 10 years. So I've seen you on the platform at least 10 years. I'm guessing. But I don't remember when you did my old public access show. That had to be what 20 years ago.
That was about 20 years ago. It was
I
a long
I didn't
time
write
ago.
this stuff down. I don't know what those videos are. A lot of that stuff is VHS and probably been degraded in my moldy basement.
Oh
But it's been
no.
that well. It's life. Life is it's okay. That's why we're doing this thing now. How is life in LA?
Well, as still I've been here since 97 after a newspaper. A newspaper brought me out here. I almost said it, Los Angeles. Los Angeles is Los Angeles. I mean, it's not Chicago. And I still have Chicago DNA, I should say. But, weather-wise, I should say it is good. It's cool. Traffic is the worst in the entire universe. And it's something you deal with, but I think it wears people out more than anything. And it's much different than Chicago. As I was the managing editor, editor in chief of several newspapers, and having done a little bit of radio and stuff. Chicago's very concentrated, and we're very involved, and what's going on. It's sort of like how you have the taste of Chicago, you have this, you have that, and everybody just kind of, comes together, or something's at DuSable. We come together, and here it's just so spread out. I mean, I've got folks I know from Chicago that live maybe an hour, hour and a half away from me, hour and a half from me. So nobody's near, but other than that, they do have their pockets of really cool communities. I live close to one. And when I first moved here, I lived near Ladera. And so I would say, I'm just rattle African American population in the Ladera, Baldwin Hills, Windsor Hills, Lamert Park. We have a lot of gentrification here. It's changing. And I live near Carson, but I'm south of Compton and a little bit more south than Watts. And as we speak, there's things happening in Watts that will blow your mind. Your boy Kanye showed up doing his Sunday service with Brad Pitt in Watts at the Tower. Who knew? I wouldn't show up at Watts at the Tower on Sunday morning. I know what goes on over there. But the interesting thing is, even in Compton, everybody has their images of what Compton is, and it is largely Hispanic. It is not Easy and Dr. Dre and all of that. There are pockets where those who've grown up there are still there, but and there's pockets of Compton that's actually really nice. It's kind of like the border before you get to Gardena, but it's a very spread out area, and that's been really interesting. That's all I can say. People can get lost here. People can get lost. But I had family that used to live here. They've all moved back east into the Midwest, into the South. So they're all gone.
So what?
Uh,
Why did they move? Just the cost of living.
that that largely that one of my cousins, she's doing well in Atlanta, but between living here and there, she chose there. And there's opportunities now. She has a daughter and she's modeling and stuff, so she was able to work opportunities there too. Here it would have been a little more competitive in a very strange way. So pretty much money, and then my other cousins retired, so they definitely were like, sold the house. You get more, and your money just stretches when you go, say, to Florida or to a Georgia, or the Carolinas, for example, where some people are retiring and leaving and living. So I don't see myself here, I think, no more than 10 years. 10 years more,
Let's see, but 10 years put
definitely.
10 years puts you in 30 years in Southern California. That's a long time.
Yeah, but it's never been, I think, strange. It's never been home to me. I have a home here, but and that says a lot. Where I go is where is more comfortable, where family is, and it's either, Ohio or Illinois. It's either Chicago or the Akron Cleveland area. That's just home, and you feel that home. But even I have cousins out here, and they're so spread out. I mean, I've got about five first cousins out here, and I don't even see them. I don't even see them. we're like all long stretch across the state. So, and I think because people drive a lot to get to point A and B, we kind of grew up on the trains and the buses at home in Chicago. By the time you get home, you're tired. I really think that's what it is. You either had an hour or hour and a half commute, you're done. Yeah, I don't know too many people that have short commutes to go to work.
Yeah, because
Not
we're
at all. I'm aiming to get one. I mean, I work near the airport, but I'm aiming to get a new commute so I can be close to home.
but the thing about LA is, other than the opportunity, there are jobs because there's so many people out there. It's really the weather, right?
It's the weather if somebody's drawn to it, or I mean, it used to be the industry,
Mm-hmm.
the entertainment industry. I can't really say if that's the case anymore, because I mean, in North Hollywood, there's areas that they've built up. They call it NoHo, North Hollywood area, and a lot of young people who come from all over the country who want to come here and get into the business tend to live in that area because it's closer to the studios and auditions and that thing. But just kind of what the wave of TV is, you can make TV and happen anywhere. Atlanta is a hotbed, and thank you, Tyler Perry. Atlanta is a hotbed,
They have a lot of
and
stuff, and we have a studio here,
in
So
Chicago,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely having it with Empire, and even in like Vancouver, Canada. I've met people who moved to Canada for 2 years just because they do shoot a lot up there,
Hmm.
and they people out of moved out of state because it got expensive for them too, and then they try to bring people back with tax breaks and all that kind of stuff. But I really don't know. And then the momentum of reality TV had shot to the roof. I would say when did reality really start? Could have been about like 2008. Somewhere between 2004, 2008, things were kind of dying down. It was really, really dying down. And in the industry. And people were either leaving the state and or TV as we know it was changing. So,
You never had delusions of being a movie star, TV star, did you?
oh,
being
you missed
being
out. I did
being
all,
in La
I
La
did all,
Land.
I did my TV. You missed all that. I
You
did a lot
did
of TV.
for real?
I sure did. Yeah.
I mean,
See,
but you
quiet
didn't
as
get
it's
you
kept.
didn't get you didn't get delusional where you were going to be a big star, so we see you back
No,
home in
because I had a
Chicago.
mortgage. No, I
Okay.
had a mortgage. I got some basic common
So
sense,
you were working, but not you
Right.
didn't hit
Right.
superstar status.
No, no. I did some good stuff, got a lot of features. I would say this. I did so much stuff. I would think every day in this planet somewhere I'm on TV.
That means
Every
that
day.
I may have seen you, your friends and family may have seen you, didn't notice you. Didn't say they look like Lisa, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
probably see
that
you didn't
happened.
know. So we
Yep.
off there. You got to you got to send me some stuff. That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
So
I did a
so if
yeah, I
it,
did a lot.
so so when I haven't been out there about 15, 16 years. If we were
Yeah.
going to visit, and I'm going to end the conversation this way, we'll do part two and part three some other time. If somebody's going to
Cool.
visit LA, because I haven't been in many, many years, some people have never been, what should
hmm
they do when they come to the Los Angeles, Southern California area?
I would say rent a car. I honestly would say rent a car and get lost and keep it close to the ocean. So as you come into LAX and pick up your rental car, I would say even get on PCH, which is not far because it's right on the ocean. The airport is, and go up to
Oh, you got to
Malibu
say
and
Pacific Coast Highway for the people that don't know now.
yeah, Pacific Coast Highway, and just do it, which is Highway 1, and just do it. There's a lot. Santa Monica, Venice, Malibu, Pac Palisades. Come on down Manhattan Beach, close to the airport. You could go on down into Orange County. Still stay on that one same road the whole time. And every now and then the summers here, it's so spread out. You don't really know when there's a festival or this or that. Sometimes you just kind of run up in on it. You look like, oh, here we go, and then you get out the car, park it, and go enjoy yourself.
But should I take the
Um,
405 or the other? What's the one? 110 or something to the
well, the
valley?
405 is a little closer to the
Yeah, one.
ocean
Yeah,
side. It runs west and north south, and then it turns to the five as far north as you go, and it turns to five as far south as you go.
yeah. I forget
Like you're
all
going to
that.
San
But
Diego. I love San Diego, to be quite honest. It's always good to just jump in the
But you
car,
didn't
do
mention
two
the
hours
valley.
south.
Should I go to the valley? I've
Too hot,
ridden through the valley before, and I didn't know I
too
was in the valley, but I was there.
too hot desert. I don't
For
like
real,
the
the
valley. That's
valley.
just me.
Listen to
Yeah,
you.
I'm
So,
no,
so no valley
no,
girl for Lisa
no,
Eli. But yeah,
no.
you're right.
They
San
they
Diego is absolutely gorgeous.
It is. It really is, and a lot to do down there.
Yeah.
And even downtown LA has built up. The last company I worked for, they used to be the largest landowners in downtown LA when it was nothing. So they've sold a lot of property, and multi-million dollar family. So multi-million dollars, and a lot of Chinese have come in and built up very strong and tall towers. It's a lot of Asian money here, a lot. It was always dominant and it was always there, particularly in the Bay Area, but it's much more because now certain neighborhoods have been impacted. Where say one neighborhood used to be majority white, now it's majority Asian, and overnight, or and you wonder, well, where did those folks go? So a lot of people are leaving the state. They said most people. They did a poll and said about 40-50% of people said they're leaving the state. So a lot of people left. It
Yeah,
costs too
they
much.
say that, but but the main thing
They're
is that
leaving.
yeah, but the main thing is that is the billions of people on the planet Earth. Someone's gonna live in LA, like someone's gonna live in the Chicago
Yeah.
area,
A lot of
and
foreign people. This is a very diverse city, extremely diverse. So there is really a lot of foreign people. There are a lot of ethnic groups. Like us in Chicago, very segregated. Maybe we knew certain sides of town had them and you go over there, but here it's very diverse. It's very, very spread out. And there's a lot of ethnic groups I have never ever interacted with in Chicago that I have much more interaction here with. So
wow,
it's extremely diverse. And I think they've even marked that the state is one of it is the most diverse state in the country. And that is, I agree with that 100%.
which it's just a
Definitely.
reflection or not a reflection, maybe a precursor of what the most of the country is going to be in the next 40, 50, 60 years.
Or 10 years even,
Well, in
because
some
there are
places,
populations that are
yeah,
growing fast and everybody thinks it's south of the border and it's not. And it is Asian. It's Asian. It's the Philippines coming here. It's Vietnamese coming here. Koreans, Chinese. North and south. That is the fastest growing ethnic group in this country. That's easy. You can prove that. And yeah, that's the fastest growing. But there are also other groups like I would say Indians from India. That's another fast group pocket because of the technology companies. There are quite a few. I know neighborhoods that didn't have any Indian from India people, and now I'm like, wait, you see a store, you see a little boutique, you see a restaurant, you're like, oh, that must mean people living in the neighborhood. So yeah, it's fast growing as far as other diverse groups that are here. Very much so.
oh, LA is LA, Southern California is a fascinating area, and I got to end this little podcast, but I got to talk again about you in LA before you leave in the next 10 years. Lisa Eli, it's been a pleasure. I'm gonna put up a picture of you and your dogs, and maybe some other links, and
Yeah.
we will
And tell them
talk.
I rescue. I did start a rescue. I used to do newspaper, try to save people. Now I'm saving dogs. And it's Simba Umboy Rescue. It's African lion. And I've been rescuing for the last 10, almost, no, almost 15 years, Rhodesian Ridgebacks. And now I have Rhodesian Ridgebacks and Ridgeback mixes. So we have a plethora in this house. So, yep, that's where we're at now.
Lisa, it's been a pleasure.
Been a pleasure, Mark. Thank
Thank
you.
you.